Welcome to Maths and Science by IITian channel. In this lecture, I will be talking about a signum function. It's a special type of function. It is written as SGN, signum function. And if the signum function is kept inside an integral, then how to solve for the value of that integral, we will be understanding the concepts here. And we will try to understand why this particular, in this problem, why this integral value does not converge to a particular value, and how it oscillates, what are its behaviors. We will try to understand. If a signum function is kept inside an integral and integral is evaluated, what happens? Signum function is a special type of function, very much useful in various applications, engineering applications, and it will be being asked in many competitive examinations of higher mathematics like JEE Advanced, JEE Mains, and also CSIR examinations. Signum function is a very useful function for various engineering applications, and hence it has lot of importance in engineering entrance examinations. Let us try to understand the concepts of the signum function, and if a signum function is put inside a integral, how to calculate the value of the integral, we will try to understand. Let's move further. What is the question given here? Question is, evaluate the integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of a signum function SGN. Signum function is denoted by SGN. I will define it now in few seconds. Sin 2x by, don't confuse with sine with signum function. Signum function is a different type of function. It's not sine. Sin 2x by x to the power of 5 dx. We have to calculate the value of this, and we try to understand the behavior of this. Now, we will go for the solution. Now, you please just try to understand this whole. I will call it as function x. That means what I have to find out is minus infinity to plus infinity integral of a function x dx, where function x is equal to signum function sin 2x by x to the power of 5. Until and unless we understand the behavior of a signum function or understanding of the signum function definition, we will not be able to understand function x, and until and unless we define the function x correctly, we cannot calculate the integral. Now our main aim is to find out what this signum function means. Now, for example, this I will call it as y, some y, arbitrary variable. Sin 2x by x to the power of 5 is equal to y. What happens then? Function x is equal to signum function y. Then, what is the meaning and definition of the signum function? It is a very important point in this lecture. Please try to understand. A signum function y, signum y is equal to, it has three values. It is equal to 1 if y is greater than 0. It will be 0 if y is equal to 0. Try to understand this. It is very important. Minus 1 if y is less than 0. This is the definition of a signum function. Please remember this. Signum y is equal to 1 if y is greater than 0. Signum y is equal to 0 if y is equal to 0. And signum y is equal to minus 1 if y is less than 0. Here, what we have got? Function x is equal to signum, let us not write full signum, it is SGN, signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5. This is what is given. And the signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5, we have assumed that it is a function of x. If, now just try to understand, if x is greater than 0, that implies x to the power of 5 will be greater than 0. And if x is less than 0, that implies x to the power of 5 is less than 0. And another thing, sin minus value is, you just see, what is sin minus theta? It is equal to minus sin theta. That means sin minus x is equal to minus sin x. That means if x is negative, then sin minus x is also negative. Sin 2x will also be negative. If x is positive, then sin 2x will be positive. Are you able to understand? Now, let's move further. This is behavior of this function. Now, there is one property called two properties of signum function. Please try to understand them. Signum A into B is equal to signum A into signum B. This is one property. This is signum function property. And sorry, here we should not write SIG. It should be SGN. I am making that mistake. Here also it is SGN. Now, another property is also there. Signum A by B is equal to signum A into signum B because signum 1 by B is equal to signum B only. You please try to understand this. It's a very, very important. These two are very important. Why it is so? That is homework for you. From the definition of the signum function, this is the definition. From the definition of the signum function, signum A into B is equal to signum A into signum B, signum A by B is equal to signum A into signum B. Now, the given function is function x is equal to sin 2x signum by x to the power of 5. Now, this value signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5 is equal to signum sin 2x into signum x to the power of 5 from the property what we have got here, second property. Now, please try to understand the signum function properties and how to use the signum function. What is the value of signum x to the power of 5? That is nothing but signum x. Because x to the power of 5 is negative and x is also negative. Hence, from these two, how do we write function x? Function x is equal to signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5 is equal to signum sin 2x into signum x to the power of 5, that is equal to signum sin 2x into signum sin x. Signum x to the power of 5 is nothing but x, not sin x, it is x only. Are you able to follow now? Why we are doing this? We want to know whether the given function is even or odd. If it is an even function, then the limits will be changed and we can easily evaluate. If some function is an even function, what is its meaning? For example, some function is an even function like minus infinity to plus infinity function x dx. If it is even, then we can write it as 2 into integral 0 to infinity function x dx or even functions. This is another definite integral property. Please remember this also. Very, very important. Now, we have to find out. Now we have found out ultimately the function x is equal to signum sin 2x into signum x. Another property we will be knowing about this signum. Signum minus x is equal to signum x. That also please make a note. Using this property, Let us try to find out function minus x. If some function of minus x is equal to function x, what it implies? This implies it is an even function. If it is an even function, I can use this property. Please remember this also. Now, function x is given to us. Signum sin 2x into signum x. Then what will be the value of function minus x? That will be signum sin 2 minus x into signum minus x. This is equal to signum minus 2 sin 2x into signum minus x. We know that from the property signum minus x is equal to signum x. Then it will be minus signum sin 2x into signum minus x is equal to minus signum x. Sorry, I made a mistake. And into minus signum x. That is equal to minus into minus is plus. That will be signum sin 2x into signum x. This will be equal to function x. That means function minus x is equal to function x in the given problem. This implies even function. Something is an even function, then I can apply the definite integral rule. So minus infinity to plus infinity signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5 dx is equal to 2 into 0 to infinity sin 2x by signum x to the power of 5 dx. For example, here this I can write it as 2 into integral 0 to infinity signum x to the power of 5 I can write it as x signum x, and 1 by x to the power of 5 signum 1 by x signum x is equal to signum x. Then I can write it as signum sin 2x into signum please try to follow this signum x dx, that is equal to 2 into 0 to infinity because 0 to infinity means x is equal to greater than 0 signum sin 2x into signum x dx. But when you are applying integral 0 to infinity means x we are taking from 0 to infinity. When limits of x are from 0 to infinity, then x is greater than 0. That implies signum x, when x is greater than 0 from the definition of the signum x, what is its value? Its value is 1. For x is greater than 0. You just see how we are moving further. Then we simplified the value of the integral to 2 into 0 to infinity. In this we will write signum x as 1. Signum sin 2x into 1 dx. That will be integral 0 to infinity 2 into signum sin 2x dx. You just see, ultimately the big equation has come into this simplified equation. Now integral minus infinity to plus infinity signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5 dx is equal to 2 into integral 0 to infinity signum sin 2x dx. Now, what we have to study to ultimately find out the value, we have to study the behavior of this. This is the function. Dx you forget? No. We have to find out the behavior of signum sin 2x. Signum y is equal to, let us recollect, 1 if y is greater than 0, that is equal to 0 if y is equal to 0, and minus 1 if y is less than 0. This is the definition which we have got from the signum function. Hence, signum sin 2x sin 2x will be this, let us say this is y. When sin 2x will be positive, sin 2x will be positive between 0 and pi by 2. Y will be greater than 0 if x is equal to 0 to pi by 2. Y is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0 or pi, like this. Y is less than 0 if x is equal to pi by 2 to pi. That means the particular function I have taken the principal branch only. I have not taken n is equal to 2, 3, 4. We can calculate that, you take it as a homework. When n is equal to 1, I have taken in n pi. N pi value of theta, when n is equal to 1, I have taken for one circle. Or we can say 1 half circle. 0 to pi I have taken. You can take n pi. You can take n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, and you can analyze. That means signum, this integral 0 to infinity, 2 into integral 0 to infinity, signum sin 2x dx will not go for a single value as signum sin 2x oscillates. Here what is happening? It is oscillating between 0 to pi by 2. It is y is positive. At 0 and pi, y is 0. At y is less than 0, it is negative. That x is between pi by 2 and pi. That means it is not going for a particular value, this function. Hence, as it is oscillating, definitely the integral of it will be oscillating. This function does not have a single value for the values of x between 0 and infinity. Hence, the integral minus infinity to plus infinity signum sin 2x by x to the power of 5 does not give a single value, it will not converge to a single value, rather diverges. This is one is proved. And if in multiple choice questions, in case of a multiple choice question, you are asked to find out which answer is correct, the question can be of this form. Question can be, for this, find the correct multiple choice answer. Sin 2x by x to the power of 5 dx is equal. First answer can be A 0, B pi by 2, C minus pi by 2, D oscillates. Your answer should be oscillates. It does not limit does not exist. Rather, we can call it as does not exist. This is the answer. This value does not exist. Because of this total, it diverges. Rather, we can even, it can be rather diverges. We can even write it as diverges. Anything you write. It will not, ultimately, it will not go to a single value. It will not converge to a single value. Let it be 0, let it be pi by 2, let it be minus pi by 2. Instead of pi by 2, it can be 1, it can be minus 1. 0. But ultimately, the answer is it diverges. With this, I want to conclude this lecture. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for viewing my lecture. If you feel there is a value addition because of this lecture to you, kindly hype this lecture Kindly share this lecture and kindly subscribe to my channel Maths and Science by IITian to encourage me. I have already released more than 350 videos on the mathematics subject, and also physics also I have released many. If you encourage me, I will further and further release more and more this type of concept based mathematics. Mathematics should not be learnt by reading. Mathematics should be learnt by doing it. That's what I feel. Hence, I am doing different types of problems along with you and developing the concepts. Thank you for listening to me. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you.